Hey guys, so this is going to be a one dip makeup challenge. So this is where you dip into, what I get is where you dip into makeup once. You know how some people go in twice, so yeah, so this is the challenge. I saw James Charles do a video on this. I've not actually fully watched this video yet, but I was like, I saw the title, I was like, oh my god, this is actually a fun idea. So I thought, why not? So the easiest thing is going to be foundation, just because I don't do and most of the time I only do one dip anyway, or sometimes like a pump and a quarter. But for foundation, I am using the Revolution Conceal and a Fine Foundation, and this is in the shade F12.5. Or maybe this may be a little bit harder with the doe foot. Because usually with doe foots I'll dip in twice, depending on how thick the doe foot applicator is. Right, the next thing I'm going to use is the Colour Trend Translucent Tan Powder. So this, I usually do 2 dips on each side. Obviously this is only be 1, so the only issue with that is my oils are probably just going to go through it a lot quicker. So it's literally just 1 swipe around, try and get as much product as I can. The next thing I'm going to use is the Kiko Metal Fusion Blush in the shade 03. So when it comes to blushes, it depends on the type of blush I use. Sometimes I need to go in twice, sometimes I just need to go once. It depends on how pigmented the actual blush is. So with this, obviously it's just going to be that one brush on this side. This is going to end miserably. So from what I'm seeing, it's definitely a blush that I needed to do 2 dips in. And obviously on this side it's more pigmented, but this is the challenge, Cinnamon. This is the challenge you picked, so you're doing it. Right, the next thing is eyes. This is going to be the hardest thing ever. I tried to pick the most pigmented eyeshadow palette I have, but this is the NYX Sugar Trip Squad eyeshadow palette. So, I'll put the brushes here. So the first colour I'm going to use is this one here, and I'm just going to pop that on the outer crease of my eyelids. Right. Hopefully this is going to go well. So even if I was doing one side with one one application, I would still go in twice. Just clean this one up a little bit. But I think this other shadow look is going to look a little bit on the sheer sort of side. The next colour I'm going to use is this one here, and I'm just going to pop that all over the eyelids. I wasn't sure what brush to go for this, so I just went for a stiff brush. Just because I think it's just going to pick up a lot more product than a fluffy brush. I say that, but I have no idea. Right. Again, this side obviously looks kind of the sheerest, with pointing that out. This side's going to look more sheer than this side, but it's not like too bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I was like, this eye doesn't look that bad. Obviously there's a difference in pigmentation, but this eye doesn't look too bad, as in I would go out the door if this eye was the same as the eye, if that makes any sense. Does that make any sense? Hopefully it makes some sort of sense. In my mind it does. And then the final colour I am going to use is this pink one here. I'm just going to pop that in the middle of the eyelids. Again, I'm using a stiff brush. Yeah, this is definitely one I'd need to dunk in twice, just because it is going over another colour. I keep forgetting I'm filming in front of you guys. I need to show me apply it. Yeah, it's definitely one where I'd go in twice. But yeah, so that is that for eyeshadow. And it just dropped on the floor. You know what? I don't give a shit, right? Next thing I'm going to use is the Rimmel London Wonderlux Volume Mascara. This is a fairly new one, so it shouldn't be too hard. Like, most of the time I do dip in, so for each eye I'll dip in once. But just because this is fairly new, so there's quite a lot of product, it should be alright just doing the one dip. Like so, as I said, that was fairly fine. I used to do a mascara anyway. I wasn't going to include this, but then I thought this is part of my makeup look if I'm wearing a Jeffree Star Velvet Liquid Lipstick and I'm at home, not if I'm applying it after the gym, I don't bother. But unless my lips are really dry, then I'll bring this with me. I thought, why not? So this is the Jeffree Star Velvet Lipstick in blue raspberry sucker. Usually I go in this multiple times, so this is going to be fun to do. Okay, try and scoop out enough for the top and bottom. Yeah, I managed to scoop enough, so it wasn't too bad. I found that this bit disgusting. Some people lick and eat it because it's tasty, or some people think it's rank, but it's my own dead skin, so I'm not bothered. You know what I mean? It's not nobody else's. Oh my god, okay. I'm gonna give my lips a little bit of a white. So the Velvet Liquid lipstick I am going to use is the Jeffree Star, obviously. Why did I have to say that? I told you already, but it's in the shade You Better Work, which is a purple shade. So some of his shades, wait, I'll talk to you after the next. Okay, this is one of the old ones that I have. This is gonna be a bit difficult. Because what I was going to say is, depending, some of his Velvet Liquid lipsticks, you can do it in one swipe. Some of them, the more like kind of neon ones, you can't, you need to go in quite a bit. And then when they start to get quite old, you do need to go in twice. And this is one of the older ones that I have. Just because they do start to dry out. I mean, it's not too bad, it's just like, it's like on the sheer side and it's a bit patchy, but it's not like overly patchy sort of thing. Like, it's doable. Like, I would walk out the door with the lips like this, if that makes any sense. obviously after filming this and taking photos, I am going to obviously touch things up. touch things up. So, we're in better light. So with the face, with the foundation at the minute, it's okay. With the blush, you can clearly see there's more blush on that side. You can't even well, on camera you can't even see anything on that side. With eyes, obviously you can tell this eye's a lot more pigmented than this one. So yeah, and then the lips, as I mentioned, mascara is probably decent. Probably mascara and foundation are the ones that look decent. Even though I'll say this one does look a little, this side, the lashes do look a little bit longer. And then with lips, as I said, it doesn't look too bad. It just looks like lips, like if you've just like drank something or something like that with a straw. It doesn't look too bad, but obviously I would apply more product. But yeah, that is it for this video. So bye guys.